Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. It's your boy Banner, and yes, I haven't posted a video in probably just over a week, but what has been happening other than work the usual, this morning one of my friends came over and we got to some cleaning, and I did some extensive pruning to a lot of my trees. So as it stands right now, and you're hearing things getting crushed up in my background, what I'm going to do is a quick prune to this Texas Ebony. What I'm also going to do, because I did some other pruning and I did not record it, like I did some pruning to this ironwood to create a better structure. And I will give you all a better view on that, trying to use some kind of a screen. And I also have my last standing Juniper. I'm not going to repot it, I'm just going to give it some pruning because there are some dead things, some dead stuff in there. So, let me get to pruning this. I do have my stand to hold it, so this is the before. My friends, when next you see it, you're going to see the after. As you can see, it comes up nicely. There is this main branch here that shoots off. Then there's another main branch here. There's a young shoot out here. I don't know if I want to keep this. And we're going to shorten some other things and get rid of some things that we don't want. As you can see, there's a cluster of branches in the center here that I need to get rid of or reduce. And let's try to create something out of this. So, let me just go. Okay, my friends, so as you saw in great speed, what I took off, reducing this tree, trying to create more compacted growth. Now, there is something that I could possibly address or I could leave as an anomaly. This is how this root system is. I am inclined to leave it as is, not interfering with this too much. It's very weird. It's unusual. Some may think that it is very distracting, but I want to believe if I change the angle of the tree just a tad, it may prove to be an asset to the tree, at least in my eyes. So this is one. Let's move on to the other one. Okay, my friends, so bringing you in closer for a better look at this juniper. What you're seeing here is obvious wire marks that I tried to wire. This was way back, way back. I have had this juniper for quite some time. And I am no expert at junipers. As a matter of fact, I'm no expert in this particular field. I am learning, I'm trying. And what is happening is that I left the wire on a little too long and it left some scarring. And this particular branch here, where the wire was left and the wire bit into the branch, there is a bit of swelling here. So I don't know if I should just remove this branch completely and bring the tree back to this. I'm thinking that I might do that because it is quite long and very uncharacteristic of the rest of the tree. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to prune back as many of the dead items as I can. So here we go. Okay, so as I adjust the camera, you could see that I took off a lot of dead stuff and things that were in not so great places. Now I have something else to contemplate. There's another branch that I'm looking at. That one on my left. This fellow. So I am thinking about taking him off as well because he's quite long and scraggly. The foliage goes quite out to the end and this ain't so pretty. So I'm thinking if I take this off, I could use this branch here to fill this space. And then I have the foliage creating that foliage on top with the juniper. So, yeah, I'm going to take it off. So, according to my friend, big cut coming up. And it is gone. What I could do with this is to bring him down to fill this space here rather than having him going up here. Bring him down a bit to fill this space. And yeah, let's see. I could cut back the foliage to a branch heading out, but it is overshadowed by foliage up here. I could take it off and just have this happening on top here. That's also a contemplation, now that I'm looking at it. But I want to keep that branch. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing, but for now I want to keep it, and I will apply a little bit of wire just to bring it down like this. And yeah, let's see how that goes. Yeah, so let me go apply this wire, come back, and let's see what's happening. Okay, so I added the wire. Let me zoom you in just a bit. Matter of fact, let me walk with the camera. So I added the wire and I gave it a little bit of movement to not necessarily mimic the opposing branch, but to stay within some kind of character. And with this now, I will monitor the foliage as it grows. I'm not going to take anything off because, well, I know my luck with this particular species. But for whatever reason, this particular juniper has decided it is going to stay with me. And I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Now, in the speed of taking, this could be taken as well. Leaving this to develop here. But I'm going to leave that for now. And I think I'm done with this. What I will do is eventually create some dead wood out of these two lower branches that I took off. But that is all that I'm going to do with this juniper for now. So, how's the day? Other than that, my friends, I don't know if you remember my candle tree forest. I have, off camera, pruned it back quite severely some time ago, and I just cleaned up these cuts today, and I pruned it back again today to create a bit of definition. As you can see, The moss is growing quite nicely, and some ferns are growing in there. I took out some of the ferns, and yeah, that's happening. This is going quite well. In the back of that, I practiced some wiring here on a rain tree air layer that I have. I have a few of them, and they're all in between there. Sorry that I can't get between. There is my root over rock rain tree. Try to see if I can bring you. And when I started, I told you about this ironwood tree or Brazilian wood that I pruned off camera, and it's coming along quite nicely. So my friends, as I end on this juniper, looking at how much cleaning has been done, the yard looks quite a bit better, at least this portion of it, and there's more work to be done. So have a very good day, my friends, and remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, treat people how you want to be treated, and remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, let's do it for the future generations. I'll go see you soon. Take care. Bye. So I know I signed off already and I'll go on, but I forgot to show you guys this. This is a Texas Ebony that I've started working on by Clip and Grow. The thing with this is that, and I'll show you the base of it. The initial goal with this was to air layer it down to a shorter height and then create. But I changed my mind, and let me show you why. So this branch is, I don't know what to do with this as yet, if I'm keeping it or what, but this is the base of it, a very weird base. So it comes up, I'm going to try to focus the camera, comes up and it comes out here, and this is our main branch. This seems to be the original, and this is a junior branch that came off here, right? And this branch comes up and it starts to create something here, these two smaller branches, and this comes up, and I prune this to try to create dense foliage here. So eventually I would create some very dense foliage here, and going up and create some more dense foliage up there. Now I have it up on a height and I am low down. That's why the camera is going above my head. But this is what I want to do with this. So let me know what you think about this now. This is a Texas Ebony. It has thorns like whoa. Alright, so take care. I'll go on again. Bye.